So it's, what's up, guys? Hey, what's up, Alias? Oh, gross. Ban. Lord have mercy. It's 9 a.m. here in Los Angeles, and it is Thursday, the 29th of January, AD 2026. And we're going to have a fun, hopefully, loosey-goosey, the Hake report. All right? And very cool. Very recommended. All right? Endorsed by none other than Greggatron, who sent in a copy that I shall read shortly. And people are already getting on hold to get on air with JLP. What? Beware the snake pit, all right? And beware what you hear here on the Hake Report, even from yours truly, if I am yours truly, yours falsely, Hake himself, because you don't know whether it's true or false. You don't know the truth. So I disclaim and oftentimes even must disavow much of what is stated, read, heard, perceived, interpreted from the Hake Report, all right? So relax. Take everything that you hear with a grain of salt. Info may be false, and no endorsement nor opposition implied by this here Hake. James Hake, that is. James Anton Hake, not to be confused with any of the other Hakes, all right? So you are ashamed to my, you have, whatever, something my family, and you have dishonored the Shaolin Temple. There was a caller, the guest on the Jesse Lee Peterson show, back when I was producer of the Hake Report, who said, you dishonored my father, or something like that. And it reminded me of the that one quote from that one guy who died because he was allergic to aspirin. I'm kind of like that guy. Bruce Lee. I don't like to get too big, but I'm deceivingly strong, all right? So don't try me. Maybe. Or am I remedial in my fitness? Thank you, guys, for joining. I'm live on Facebook, pill.net. Freight Trail 6. As well as X live stream. Yep. And other platforms, Rumble. Let me just check the Rumble. What's up, y'all? Thank you, Pastor Chatelet, helping JLP raid the Hake stream. Very nice. And so I will get to your calls. Appreciate your bearing with me. I feel like it's presumptuous to say thank you for your patience, because you may have no patience. You're just on hold forever. And then when I get to you, you're mad and you say something and then you hang up because you're a working man and you're looking down on the supposedly non-working snake pit who are in the snake pit all day, and you're bitter, not getting better. What a mess. But alas, let's get started here, shall we? Anyway, guys, let's just get right on with the show.
1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, it's the Hake Report. The Hake Report. La la la. Oh, it's the Hake Report. The Hake Report. La la la.
Hey guys!
Oh, it's the Hake Report. The Hake Report. La la la. Oh, it's the Hake Report. The Hake Report. La la la.
So, how y'all doing? I'm fine, As JLP asked during the Jesse Lee Peterson show, what am I wearing? What are you wearing? What are you wearing? What are you wearing today? Today. What are you wearing? What are you wearing? What are you wearing today? I'm wearing a brown cotton tee, and I think brown suits me. It's one of my colors. But some who may know better might disagree, so I disclaim I might not be telling the truth. And is that an alligator or crocodile? I forget what the distinction is in the snout. On the back of my t-shirt, it has a alligator and a shark eating one another. And it has teeth inside of a square. Nice. And I'm not going to tell you where I got it. Oh. No. I might tell you where I got it because I don't want to indicate that it's the place where I don't tell you where I got it. So, hey, guys. And it's not a Hake tea, all right? It's not a Hake tea. Patience? Not. So let me get to some calls here, y'all. You are welcome to call in 888-775-3773. Let me talk first with William 7 in California. William 7, thanks for calling, sir. What's up?
You're welcome, Hake. So I've kind of tossed up what to talk about. So I did listen to you guys' Punchie, and boy, you guys got off the hook a little bit there. That was kind of thrilling, enthralling.
Good.
Yeah.
Well, I guess.
Was
I don't know
yesterday?
if that's good.
Yeah, Wednesday.
Yeah.
Well,
Punchie
enthralling
TV.
is, it's just the active verb of in the moment. You said, enthralling, thrilling in the moment. How about a penguin? I'm sorry, that was just...
The lone penguin, the viral lone penguin. I was not familiar with this viral meme that the White House posted about, Russia maybe posted about on social media, and the Zoomers knew about it, and younger millennials.
There was a documentary about the emperor penguin, and it was narrated by Morgan Freeman, and that was a poor imitation, but he had done that, and I watched it, because I used to watch Channel 9, that channel, the History Channel.
Yeah.
And that lone penguin taken off, basically someone has to be the first one to go to the ocean because they huddle inland to be protected from the ice cold water, because wind's a lot colder off oceans and lakes and rivers and all that. If you've been around, you'll notice that. Sometimes 10, 20 degrees, maybe 30 degrees difference. So eventually their blubber starts to go away, and they have to be able to feed and nurse the chicks that hatch. So one at a time, they have to go to the ice, and hopefully the ice is melted where they can go into the water and get fish and eat and get that and then come back. So they have milk and they regurgitate the fish for the chicks.
Whoa.
And then the mother, and so the mother takes a turn. And so then the male, and I forget if it was the mother or the female, the mother or the male that takes off first. But it's kind of a risk being the first one, is they got to know from a distance if the ice is melted. So it's kind of like a knowing, but it's basically the first one, somebody has to be the first to go. And so it's a lone penguin, kind of like how JLP says you got to do it alone. And so when they come back, and then so eventually they start going, and they all eventually have to go feed and eat and come back and switch out with their mates. And then they do the same. And they come back and they regurgitate a lot of the fish so the chicks can eat. And so it's kind of like you ever gone to a dance and no one gets on the dance floor, but as soon as that first couple people get on, and then a few more, and eventually everybody starts dancing. And that's school dance. But in bars, people don't care because they get drinking and they get drunk and they don't care, and so they just go out there. But hopefully high school dances are not like that. It takes them there. You ever notice when you went to dances, it takes a while for someone to get on the dance floor first? At least when I was younger.
Yeah, people are shy.
Yeah.
People are have stage fright.
Yeah, and so it was great. I remember looking around. Everyone's looking. Who's going to be the first one? And finally, someone gets out there. And you're not supposed to be drinking. I don't think they were. But eventually, one couple starts dancing, then maybe their friends join, then it's a small group, and before you know it, in about an hour, everyone's dancing. Because it's all thoughts. We're living in our thoughts, even at that age. You know?
Yeah, totally. People are, they call it self-conscious.
So that lone penguin is the guy, he's got to go by himself. Someone has to be the first one.
Oh,
So
really?
you can't talk another person in. Yeah, and then I think maybe the Trump dragging it is maybe Trump knows better. I'm trying to tell you, you have to do it. Let's go. So I don't know. Maybe that's Trump saying, well, if I got to take you, but that's not nature. Nature, you got to go by yourself. You do it. You know, whatever's inside.
Well,
so
this particular penguin in this lone penguin was a misguided freak penguin who
How do you know, though? How do you know that?
Because I asked AI, and AI tells me the truth always. I'm just kidding. But the AI said
you should go into comedy.
But the AI said that the penguin almost certainly died.
Yeah, that's because AI is assuming a news where it was going. But yeah, just watch that documentary.
But that's a different documentary from this penguin documentary. This penguin documentary was from 2007, and it had a guy named Werner Herzog, Werner something.
Oh, he was German penguin. Oh, okay. Well,
Werner was the there's Trump with the penguin. This is from Punchie TV.
All right.
This was a different documentary from the Morgan Freeman one.
I know, but I still think penguins got to do the same thing in nature. They got to go and get their food eventually.
There are right and wrong penguins, I say. This was a wrong penguin because I'm speculating that this penguin is dead.
Sure.
Yeah, died.
Cool. So hey, and then on the next subject is one of you guys, that billboard in L.A. Did you see it yourself?
Yeah, I saw it.
Not God.
Yeah.
Dude, did that make you go, dude? That's gotta be causing an uproar in the Christian community, right?
I didn't really think about it too much because, you know, I'm having my Saturday, but I'm almost certain that this may be the very thing that I saw, the very billboard that I saw. Okay, so well, it says MLK Day. Oh no, never mind. I'm looking at the wrong thing. Catholicism in. You can check it out on my Hake Reddit, reddit.com/r/Hake. I reposted it from the link that Derek had. Southern California billboards erecting on the freeways from a church called World's Last Chance Church that does not believe in the Holy Trinity, so-called. The sign reads, Jesus is not God. And on the Jesse Peterson show,
they from God.
Right.
He came from God. So if he's from God, how can he be God?
Right.
When he says, me and the Father are one, that means
he's one with
you
God.
guys are in agreement on how to live because he sent him in replace, because through him, we are to live right. And Jesus deceived us, or deceived Adam. And so we have to overcome the world, just like I said last time in Revelation 3:21 and 22. Jesus is there saying that as I overcome, so must you. So is Jesus asking us to do something impossible, or is men today, 2,000 years later, just, I don't know what they're saying or thinking, but to me, I don't, even when we look at our law system, no judge is going to go, oh, so you believe in the law, you just accidentally broke it. Okay, you're free. That's not a thing. And so why would God, who created all things, believe that's a correct way to look at things? So I think it's an amazing thing that happened. I've been throwing that out there about, because it was only like a year or two ago, someone made a really distinct point about Jesus is God. I'm like, when did that become a thing? And I think that's wrong. And then they would tell them, well, I got to pray for you, because I'm being deceived by Satan.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and so it's just really funny. And so I'm just going to flip really quick to that, something spiritual that happened 2,000 years ago. If we can be deceived about who Jesus is, well, him we can't see, him we can't talk to right now, right? I don't think I've ever talked to him. I don't know how you feel about that.
You don't think that you've ever talked? Wait.
Jesus, that he's ever come down like for Joseph Smith when he came down to him and
right.
Father. that's in that story because I looked into them too and talked to a lot of those people.
Referring to the Mormons.
But
yeah.
Yes. They say that Joseph Smith in an orchard in 1830, both God the Father and Son came and taught him that all the churches were led astray. Which, if it's true, I would say God and Jesus can do whatever they want. I'm not going to say that's impossible, but they're claiming that that's because he said that. That's why it's false. But
yeah.
I would, I'm not going to tell God or Jesus what he can and can't do. Because it's been 2,000 years, right? Supposedly. So either we don't have it right. Well, anyway, I'm kind of going in the weeds. So all I'm going to say is that's the reason why when the subject flat Earth came up, and then what about they say 2,000 years ago they knew it was a globe, but it wasn't. I was taught it was flat. That before Columbus sailed over, I was taught that everyone thought the world was flat, and that's why they didn't go due west. They thought they were going to fall off the edge. And so I just think it's a lot bigger than we think. But all I would have to say is if Copernicus thought that there was space and the sun and all that, without telescopes, wouldn't that be imaginations running wild with them 1,000 years ago, since they didn't have telescopes?
What do you mean? What do you mean? 1,000 years ago, when people were starting to say that it was.
Supposedly, we're being told that the Greeks thought it was round, that we lived on a globe.
Yeah, many different cultures were arguing about it, just as they are today.
Yeah. So all I'm saying is, isn't all that imaginations anyway? And so the fact that and I'm not even saying it's flat because I've never been up high enough to know if it is one way or the other. But all I said one day was to somebody in my church was that I wouldn't be surprised if we were being lied about where we live, that Satan controls the world. And so they took that as, what, are you a flat earther? And I'm like, well, I don't know. I know we were taught that Columbus and all them thought it was flat, but that's what I was taught in school. So all I'm saying is that if they can lie to us about where we live, how much easier it is to lie about spiritual things, about the nature of God and who Jesus is. To me, it'd be easier if you can fool someone with the very eyes you see. Well, how much easier is it to fool about the spiritual realm that we can't see? I would liken it to don't say you love God who you can't see, but hate your brother who you can see. I would say it's kind of the same kind of parallel principle, but that's just how I look at it. I could be wrong, So does that make sense or no? So yeah, so I'm not angry about it. I'm not angry.
What's the disagreement?
Wow, you're not listening. So I'm going to let you go.
Okay.
Peace out to you, Hake. I guess you're doing a good job.
Thanks.
Talk to you another time.
All right. I appreciate it, William 7. Sorry. I got distracted. My computer froze. Well, y'all, let me get to Brian in New Orleans. Okay, my computer unfroze. Brian in New Orleans, Louisiana. How you doing, sir?
What's going on, Hake, man? How you doing?
I'm doing okay. Thank you. Doing fine.
Okay. I just wanted to know now, how do you feel about... I'm gonna say my thoughts first. I'm going to get your thoughts, too. I'm thinking that ICE here, they're doing way too much.
ICE is doing way too much?
They're doing way too much.
Explain.
Okay, ICE is supposed to be detaining people. They are not our local police. They're not supposed to be attacking people. They're not supposed to be killing people. All they're supposed to do is check the passports, get the people out. But they're not supposed to be shooting and killing people. And I put that on.
But if it comes to that, then they have to use deadly force sometimes.
Why didn't have to use deadly force? I don't understand.
Because if their life is in danger, or they believe their life is in danger, or one another's life could be in danger, they're armed for a reason. Because some of these criminal foreigners and criminal domestic terrorists are posing a threat to them. Now that might not have
Okay, but
that might have been an error on their part with regard to that angry agitator who got in a confrontation with them more than once, referring to Alex Pretti, who got himself killed. And they might have been wrong in their tactics. And in that sense, I can be like, okay, well, that's why Trump is trying to reset, to calm things down, so that at least his side is being responsible, even if the liberals' side and the illegals' side is being highly, highly, highly irresponsible. They're the ones who are doing too much more so than ICE. ICE may at times slip and do a little much. I can perhaps agree with you, maybe. But ICE is not able to do enough, honestly. And that's partly because, as Tom Homan said this morning, the rhetoric has been allowed, rhetoric being the way people are talking, is the incitement to insurrection and disobedience and defiance of the law has been so out of control that they're being highly inflammatory and evil towards law enforcement and towards America. They being, Jacob Frey, Tim Waltz. What do you think about how Jacob Frey and Tim Waltz saying, get the F, not Tim Waltz, but Jacob Frey saying, get the F out of Minneapolis. What do you think about that?
What?
What do you think about that? Answer my question. What do you think about Jacob Frey saying,
would you let me get it out first?
Huh?
Would you let me get it out first?
Yeah.
I'm thinking for them to say that, though, they're trying to protect their city.
Wait. I can't understand you. Slow down and repeat yourself.
Wait, I think every city has their law enforcement. We don't need nobody coming in from out of town doing their jobs.
I know, but you're not answering my question.
I just did.
No, you didn't. I asked you, what do you think of Jacob Frey saying, ICE, get the bleep out of Minneapolis?
I just said Jacob Frey. I mean, who is Jacob Frey then?
Jacob Frey is the unchristian and evil mayor of Minneapolis.
Okay, but that's his city, though.
Right? It's his city. It's his city, but it's our illegals that we got to get out of here. And he doesn't have. What do you think about him saying, ICE, get the F out of Minneapolis, when Minneapolis has been harboring illegal aliens, and ICE needs to go over there and, like you said, detain and even deport the illegal aliens. What do you think about Jacob Frey saying? What do you think about Jacob Frey saying, ICE, get the F out of Minneapolis? Is that too much for Jacob Frey to be saying that, talking that way?
Hold on, wait.
Is that saying too much?
Think about that.
You said ICE is doing too much. Is Jacob Frey doing too much?
No.
So you think Jacob Frey is fine to say ICE and cussing in front of the kids and the ladies? If there are any ladies left, shout out. I know there are.
Well, then guess what? They stirred up the trouble.
I'm asking you about Jacob Frey. I'm not asking you about ICE. You already said ICE is doing too much.
Right,
I already know your opinion about ICE. What's your opinion about Jacob Frey saying?
The trouble, so he has a right to say that, and she has a right to feel that way.
So he has a right to say it. I didn't ask you whether he has a right to say it. We all know that he has a right, so-called, to the so-called First Amendment. I argue that may be incitement. So I don't know if he does have a right to say stuff like that, because he is inciting. But I want to know what your opinion is about it. I didn't ask you any facts.
I already told you.
No, you didn't tell me your opinion. You said he has a right to say it.
Ask me that question again. Go slowly.
What do you think about Jacob Frey saying, ICE, get the F out of Minneapolis?
I mean, he's just trying to protect, like I say, he's just trying to protect his city. Protect his people from somebody else get killed.
That's foolish, because he got another person killed by talking that way.
How you got another person killed by talking that way?
He justified and enabled the the terrorists who are trying to disrupt ICE from doing their job, he enabled that mindset by saying, ICE, get the F out of Minneapolis. When ICE has every right to be in Minneapolis to gather up the illegals. You admitted, Brian from New Orleans, that ICE... No. Hold on, let me finish my point, Brian. Did you or did you not admit that ICE has a right to detain illegal aliens?
I did not admit that. No,
you didn't admit that ICE their job is to detain illegals?
No, I'm not even for that. No.
So I didn't ask you if you're for it. I asked you if they have a right to it.
No.
What? You don't know that ICE is called Immigration and Customs what? Enforcement?
No.
Oh, so you're just silly then. You're not for the law.
I'm not silly.
You're not for the law.
I'm not silly.
Yeah, you are. You're being silly. Because you said you started out pretending like you're all reasonable, and then you said ICE their job is to detain, not to shoot people.
Talk?
Not to shoot people.
Can I talk?
Not yet.
Can I talk?
No. You came in here pretending like you believe ICE has a right to do something. And then I came out and said, yeah, I agree with you. ICE has a right to do something. And now you're saying you don't agree with it. So you don't agree with the law of the land.
No, I don't.
You agree with the criminals.
That's true. That's true. You say that. They say that. I agree with the law of the land.
No, you don't.
I agree with that.
No, you don't.
I don't get. But what I get, hold on, wait. Don't say I don't. Don't say I don't. Don't say I don't.
Okay.
This is what I'm saying, though.
All right.
Everybody has their own law.
Their own law?
Came up, the other side done said that stuff was going wrong inside the country. That what y'all said. And then right before that, Trump has said that even he said before he even got in the White House, he said he was going to bring down the crime in all the cities, in all the cities that got high crime, Illinois, Portland, New Orleans. He said everything was going to come down.
I heard that crime did come down.
And I live in New Orleans. We never got to the tendency of saying we got high crime. Is that we need some other ICE to come in and do our jobs. We never said that.
What? You never said what?
Yeah, we never said that our crime was so damn high we needed ICE to come in. That was y'all didn't say that. The other side didn't say that.
Okay, I don't know what you guys claimed because you guys are senseless. You elect the worst leaders in New Orleans. But yes, according to far left Google AI, violent crime in New Orleans is down for a third consecutive year as of early 2026, reaching its lowest homicide rate since the 19... Why are you talking to me? Why are you talking over me?
AI is forming.
No, not true. Because AI references, not necessarily. In some cases, yes. But let me finish my point. Reaching its lowest homicide rate in New Orleans since the 1970s, following a peak in 2022 thanks to the Georgia, Florida riots. 2025 saw significant drops in murders. That's under Trump, down 15 to 21% from 2024 under Biden. Fatal shootings down 21%, armed robberies down 28%, and carjackings down 35%. Thank you, our greatest president, Donald J. Trump. Did Trump go into New Orleans or something?
Oh, Lord.
Did he?
I swear to God. This ain't because of Trump.
Do not swear, neither in heaven.
Okay, it's not because of Trump. Okay, I won't say that, but it's not because of Trump.
Did Trump go into New Orleans?
Trump didn't do nothing.
Oh, did National Guard go to New Orleans?
It's not because of Trump.
No, but did the National Guard go to New Orleans? I'm just wondering.
We already had that under control, partner.
No, but did they go into New Orleans? Because I haven't kept up with New Orleans. New Orleans.
Yeah, they down here.
They did go down?
They did down here, yeah. I pass by them every morning going to work.
Oh, did you wave to them?
I talked with them, yeah. I talked with them.
Nice. See? Are you Christian? December 2025 to support
I
security.
mean, I have a heart, but like I said, every time I see them, they just out there on the corner, like chilling. I mean, ain't no problem occurring whatsoever.
Oh,
Not that I can see.
it looks like the National Guard went way over in December because you guys needed the help because you had that terror attack.
That was last year. What was that last year?
I don't know.
I mean, they did come down.
Yeah.
That was last year.
You might be right. It might not be thanks to Trump, but whatever. Nice. Maybe it's because of, did we go in and were there deportations in NOLA? Does AI understand NOLA?
Hold on, wait, let me say something more for you, though. The 2025 terror attack happened in New Year's, so we were going into Mardi Gras.
Yeah, that was before.
Next month.
That's before Trump, right? Or no? Or when? I forget.
I mean, I think Trump took office in January of that year, yeah.
Yeah.
Because he just won it.
There have been recent significant immigration enforcement actions and deportations in New Orleans, particularly with over 250 arrests made in early December 2025 by agents. In April 2025, New Orleans ICE field office deported families, including U.S. citizen children. Good, because that's anchor babies. Sparking controversy. This is according to AI, which may or may not be true, right? I disclaim. Info may be false. Major federal sweep, December 3rd, 2025, and also in April, earlier in the year. Interesting. I don't know. So what was your what was the point of all that? You're saying people have their own laws?
We already had all that under control.
Huh?
We already had all that under control. You
Whatever.
reading all that right now.
Well, I wouldn't call crime exactly under control. Maybe by your standards, you're fine with crime.
No, don't go talking for me now.
No, you are. You're
Not
fine with
down
the
with it.
people
I
who
just don't
being
like
here
it to come
illegally. You're not okay with ICE doing with their proper job, which is to deport, detain and deport. Huh?
I mean, for me,
Yeah.
It's not the illegals that's committing the crimes here.
Nobody
It's
said
our
it's
locals.
just illegals.
I mean, it's our locals.
Right. I know you
And the
guys have,
people that's
there's
coming in.
a heavy black community, and then there's also criminals of other races too.
Right. So why y'all always highlighting? They always highlighting is us the blacks.
Because it's
There's always
significant.
doing it.
It is a significant problem amongst the black people, and the black people know it.
Now that was y'all thing.
No, it's what we know.
But like I said, every time something else come up, doing one of these headlines on crimes, it always non-black. It's always some kind of white guy.
Oh. Whatever. That happens too.
I'm right too.
Well, that happens too. But what's that have to do with the major significant problems ongoing among the black community? Why are you trying to distract?
I'm not trying to distract none. I'm just trying. I'm just saying. I'll be happy at the moment of like why you're putting the blame on just the blacks. Why not
Nobody
just the people?
No, that's just your
just
ego.
The people then?
Because
you're always saying black though.
But
you're always saying the blacks.
Because it's so out of control amongst the black people. It's not that I only talk
No,
about
it's
the black
not.
crime.
No, it's
did I talk about
everybody.
did I talk about Alex Pretti and his crime? And he's white.
Okay, we name one, but we're still right behind you.
I talked about two. I talked about Dylan Roof. He's white.
Okay, but all right. You name two people, but you're still saying amongst the blacks.
But it is. Are you saying it's not? Are black people suffering from crime within their communities by other black people?
I think we're all suffering from crime.
You just said crime's under control. You're talking out of both sides of your mouth.
I think we all suffer from crime.
I know, but you're swimming in your blackness, so you don't realize that it's markedly bad.
I should not be doing that. I'm not doing that.
Yeah, you're not aware of it. That's all.
I'm very aware of it. I just don't understand though why we can't say the whole country is suffering.
The whole country is suffering from black crime. Yes.
No, it's not. No, it's not. There we go. Not from black crime. Come on,
No,
bro.
no. Okay, so in the suburbs, it is a growing problem, but it's not quite the problem that it is in the urban areas. We'll say. But the black crime is encroaching the suburbs as well now. When I was growing up, we hardly even ran into black people. There were some blacks. There was one black classmate of mine, but unfortunately, he moved away. He was stricken with grief. My second grade teacher said because his mother got hit by a train. She died. And so I no longer saw Clifton. But Clifton was our one black kid in the class, and he was funny. He would kick the ball higher and further than anybody else. He's taller than a lot of us. And as many black people are, young men and kids, 7-year-olds. But yeah, we didn't really have black people in the suburbs. It was just Hispanics and Asians and whites. So we didn't know. I didn't know. So we don't really think about black people that much. But then we see them in the media running their mouths, and you guys agree with the likes of Al Sharpton and ridiculous people like Jesse Jackson, and it's silliness. Racism. Meanwhile, crime out of control. Huh?
Why was so silly for that?
What?
Why was so silly?
Why are those people? Why are they silly for? Why do I consider
why
them?
Why they so silly for Trump for trying to bring us out? For trying to bring us out of an oppression that they put on us. They fought for equal rights for everybody.
Because you already have the equal rights, you just don't take advantage of them.
We didn't have it then, though.
Huh?
But we didn't have it then.
Yeah, you did in the 90s. I was in the 80s and the 90s. It was.
No, I'm talking about no. When you mentioned no, they were fighting for everything in the 60s.
Well, I don't know what it was like in the 60s. I wasn't around, and I don't know if you were either. But I'm talking about when I was growing up.
That's why people always mention. That's why they always mention, because they don't want to start the process forward.
No, it went back. It went into evil. You guys went into darkness following those suckers.
No, it didn't.
Yeah.
No, it didn't.
Then why are you so dark now?
We came out of that.
Why are you so deluded that you're pro-crime now? And
What
you're
you
mad
mean?
at us for bringing up for pointing it out.
I'm not mad at nobody.
No, I know, but you're
I'm just
criticizing
saying,
me. You're criticizing me
your
for.
point now, y'all bringing up an illusion that don't even seem to matter now.
What? Say again.
It don't seem to matter now.
What doesn't matter?
That what they fought for was necessary.
It wasn't necessary. It was evil. What they
It
fought
was.
for. It was evil.
It was.
No, but the point is,
It wasn't evil.
present day, in your lifetime and in mine, every single thing that Al Sharpton and Jesse Jackson and all of the people who followed them, the Black Lives Matter degenerates, say is evil. It's silly. It's ridiculous. And it is casting you people into darkness who believe this and agree with them.
Who said that was unnecessary? Who said that?
I did, because I can see clearly that you guys are suckers. You're ridiculous, and you're not aware of it because you're born and raised in ridiculousness.
Hold on, wait. So back in the day, we didn't have to fight for equal rights.
You may or may not have. I don't know. But let's talk about right now. We're talking about in our lifetimes. Al Sharpton and Jesse Jackson, and much worse, the Black Lives Matter people, have been ridiculous and stupid and evil.
The Black Lives Matter people, I'm letting you know right now, because Black Lives Matter.
I know that, but they don't make them
Oh,
matter.
right
They
there.
don't
Why
make
would
them.
you even bring it up?
But they say that, but they don't live it. They're fat. They're out of shape, which is not. Hey, no judgment. I've been fat and out of shape too.
Man, they got older. Come on, man. They're not like us right now. We gonna get that.
No,
way.
I'm talking about young ladies. They don't value their own lives, and they want to make us value their lives. It's ridiculous. And they don't value the lives of the criminals and suspects who get themselves killed because they justify, just like Jacob Frey did, they justify the fighting against the law enforcement that gets the people killed. Whether the law enforcement is right or wrong, they comply and you'll have a better chance of living. But no, they want to justify the hatred of white people and the hatred of the police and the false accusations of racism when they don't even, they want to pretend, oh, stop looking at us like we're guilty. Well, then how about you stop looking at white people and police like we're guilty?
All I'm saying, I gotta go. But like I said, let me try to. All I'm saying is that nobody was worried about all this until this kind of emergency situation them popped up. Nobody wasn't worried about all that then.
Huh?
But now, yeah, nobody wasn't worried about that till Trump got back in office.
Nobody was worried about what?
Now it's all this
about immigration?
Now it's all this now.
Because Trump shined a light on the thing that was ignored, the national emergency of immigration and illegal occupation that has been ignored by the powers that be, both Republicans and Democrats. But thank the good Lord for our greatest president, Trump, and people like Ann Coulter and Jesse Lee Peterson, who were pointing to the issues all along of the need for deportations of people who do not belong here. And other such things.
The worst president that we ever had.
Our greatest president, Trump. One. No, you talking about Obama?
No, I'm talking about Trump.
Oh, well, you're just confused. Don't worry.
No, I'm not confused. This is the worst one.
No, he's our greatest,
this is the worst one.
No, you're mistaken.
This is the worst one.
He's full of love and grace and truth, Trump is.
This is the worst one.
Are you a Christian?
Nope.
Oh. Why not?
And I'm not for Trump, so.
Yeah, I can tell that. It's fun talking with you, Brian, in New Orleans.
Oh yeah, as always.
I appreciate it.
Okay.
Adios. Nice. Another Brian out of St. Louis, STL, Missouri. Brian, thanks for calling and holding, sir. What's up?
Hey, not much. What's your actual? Is it just Hake that I call you?
Yeah, you can call me Hake or you can call me James.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. My dad's name is James, so I'll just call you James just for familiarity. I won't forget it or anything. But how are you doing today, James?
Fine, sir. How about you?
I'm doing good.
Thanks for calling. That's cool.
Yeah, no worries. And I guess the only reason I'm calling right now, I was listening to you talk to the last caller, and it just kind of dawned on me that we're like in kind of another 9/11 situation right now.
9/11, 2001?
Yes, sir. We're in that situation where Americans are getting killed in the streets of America, but it's not non-domestic terrorists, it's domestic terrorists.
Yeah.
But at the same point, you also know what's happening in Iran right now and what we're trying to do to them. I mean, Iran and Iraq, they're the same thing. We had the Twin Towers and WTC-7 collapse. Am I allowed to say controlled demolition? Because I don't want to get into that right now.
You're welcome to say it. I, of course, disclaim, but go ahead.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Understood. And I'm not trying to get you banned or, do anything crazy like that. I've enjoyed listening to you so far. I don't particularly agree with you, but I think that ICE is basically the 9/11 that I've been telling people that every 25 years or so we go through another 9/11. We had the Gulf of Tonkin back in '76.
What was the Gulf of Tonkin? Inform our viewers and our host what the Gulf of Tonkin was.
Yeah.
I've heard it.
No worries. So the Gulf of Tonkin, it's a gulf right outside of Vietnam. and it's in the South Sea. Where Vietnam is south of China, and it's also south of what was formerly known as the USSR. So we had an incident where there was a claim one of our boats got hit, but it never really kind of went down like that, and it was just kind of a miscommunication, if you will.
Oh.
At the least, conspiracy, minded person would just say, it was a miscommunication, and people thought we were getting hit at, but we weren't.
Yeah.
And then that turned into a barrage of, or just an opening for America to go into Vietnam and really give them our, pre-Halliburton sort of welcome, where the U.S. companies are making money, dumping the Agent Orange, and, obviously we have a class of the military industrial complex that has been played around for quite a while.
So it was like a hoax or a false flag or just an attack that justified us going crazy on Vietnam. Kind of like a Pearl Harbor. Yeah. 9/11. I gotcha. And every 25 years this thing happens.
And basically, and that's what I was going to go back before, and you just said it with Pearl Harbor, but just after that was, and it was very close to after, we got done with World War II and 45, and then 51, we're back at it again because people figured out we can make money, Defense Department type style.
And so you're saying that ICE is the same thing?
I'm saying right now what ICE is a distraction, because I just heard
distraction from Iran.
It's the distraction from Iran, yes, sir.
Okay. And Iran being we're going to go to war with Iran. You're thinking, you're believing.
Maybe the third, fourth largest oil reserve in the world. And obviously, who is very good with the oil reserves is Venezuela, who we just recently attacked. So, we're just kind of like, we're going after every single oil reserve right now.
Nice.
In my opinion, sir.
Yeah.
I don't know what you think about it, but it's
maybe
just like and the distraction is the ICE. The ICE isn't really it is, but like Kent State.
Is ICE wrong for going after the illegals, in your opinion?
No, sir.
Yeah.
They are, and even in Obama's term, like Tom Homan, he was a good dude.
I heard.
He's a good dude right now, too, from my understanding of watching his press conference this morning.
Yeah.
He's trying to get the job done,
Yeah.
So.
Okay, but this drama.
I'm part another way. I just don't like the killing of Alex.
Alex Pretti.
Yeah, that was just basically just a. And if
somebody on Punchie TV, yesterday's Punchie TV, a different show on this network, called in and said that it was bad policing. Although Alex Pretti was wrong too.
He shouldn't have gotten in the middle of the road. I saw the pre-stuff, but at the same point, that's not a ticket to death in the U.S. Maybe it is in other places, but if we're starting to show that in real time, we were showing deaths of people getting shot in the back by police. 2014, 15, 16, stuff like that. Like that little 13-year-old, Tamir Rice, maybe, that just had like a little play gun with a orange cap on the end.
It didn't have an orange cap. It did not have an orange cap.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Maybe it didn't have an orange cap. I apologize.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to parse through everything like that, but what I'm trying to tell you is that the evolution of the police state has gotten to a point now where there are certain people out there that are saying it's okay to do what they did.
Do you agree that since we've allowed the crime, the illegal alien issue and the black crime and other crime to get so out of control, that has given the politicians and the police the excuse to become more militarized and more violating of normal civilizational rights. The crime has allowed for the excuse for them to go way tougher than they normally would have been had we remained a civilized, white, law-abiding country.
100%. I can see an argument for that 100%, brother.
Yeah.
At the same point, I don't like that is basically the rationale or reasoning to do what they're doing right now, because come on.
That's not their rationale. Their rationale is that guy. I don't know if they're thinking that it was a justified or unjustified shoot at this point. It was an understandable shoot, in my opinion. That I think the guy who shot him thought that he was armed and thought that he posed a threat, kind of assumed because someone shouted gun. That's my assumption. I have no idea what the actual truth is about what happened. It was understandable, maybe unfortunate. It was basically the guy who died has really only himself to blame. We'll see what happens if the cops get in trouble for it. But anyway, if you're ready to move forward.
Well, you can say all that right there, but can I respond to you?
Yeah, go ahead. I wanted to move forward to Iran when you're ready, but go ahead and respond.
Yeah, 100%. We can do that also. But brother, had that been someone like Ashli
Babbitt? Yeah.
Babbitt? She didn't cut off anyone's thing. I think I said the wrong word.
Lorena Bobbitt, not Lorena Bobbitt.
Sorry.
Ashli Babbitt.
Yeah. Babbitt, Bobbitt. Yeah. Okay. Anyways, my bad. I'm not mocking her either.
Me neither. But she kind of. But she has. All life. She has a little bit of herself to blame, and her widower can blame her a little bit because she had no business jumping through that window. She didn't really pose a threat that Michael Bird could tell, but he didn't know if she was armed or not. And I don't know, Michael Bird, that was a questionable shoot as well, but it's her fault. She shouldn't have been jumping through that window, and it's maybe his fault for doing that.
Yeah, and then one more thing before we move on to Iran. The video shows an ICE officer removing the gun, and then the person shoots Alex afterwards. So if Alex did pose a threat at some point, he was neutered 100% before he was shot in the back. And the thing that ICE is going to have to prove to me before anyone tells us anything else is that if he posed a threat, why was he shot in the back from close range by two officers, apparently? And I don't know, like everyone says.
Do you think that the officers knew that he had been disarmed in that confusion and shot him anyway? I don't believe those officers who shot him knew that he had been disarmed. It was all a matter of seconds that this thing took place.
But if they thought he was armed and then he was disarmed, why did they shoot him?
They were my assumption, not knowing the situation, is that is that they didn't know that the other guy had disarmed him.
Okay, but that doesn't mean that he was armed at any point. How would any of them known?
Well, are you aware that according to the report, someone shouted "gun"?
He never
gun.
branched it.
Whether he did or not, are you aware that somebody shouted "gun"?
He didn't.
Are you aware that somebody shouted "gun"? According to the report.
I'm aware of that, yes, sir.
And so that would
make
it
that removed the gun.
I don't know who did what or anything, but
and that's where we're at.
No, this is irrelevant. But though, honestly, it's an understandable.
Oh, no, it's very relevant.
No, it's an understandable but maybe unfortunate.
Sir.
It's an understandable but maybe unfortunate shoot. Alex was an angry person getting in ICE's face, assaulting them in other points.
He never withdrew a gun.
Whatever he did, I know, but
that's an execution.
You're calling it an execution now. That's ridiculous.
Why?
Because do you believe that those
They
people...
removed the gun and then they shot him a second later.
Do you believe that the
It's
ICE
on
officers
video.
knew... Did you believe the ICE officers who shot him knew that he was disarmed by the time they shot him?
How is that relevant when they didn't know that he was armed prior to them shooting him?
They heard...
You can't play it both ways.
Yes, I can. They said gun.
Why?
We're kind of going in circles. You're not really comprehending the hairiness.
No, I'm trying to comprehend you, and
confusion.
I'm not trying to play dumb or anything. I'm sorry. Spell it out for me again so I understand that I'm not misinterpreting what you're saying, please.
Okay. I'm going to say, before I explain what's going on, that I think that you're falling for the communism. And the reason I say that you're falling for the communism is that you're falling for the propaganda of an innocent civilian American getting killed, executed, you said, by ICE. And that's not what happened. He was not innocent. He had allegedly committed a felony. He had already assaulted and broken a taillight in another incident when they should honestly have arrested him when he did that, when he kicked their truck a different day.
Wait, hold on.
No. Let me finish. Let
me ask you one simple question.
Yeah.
Who's responsible for the death penalty?
What death penalty?
The one that Alex got.
He didn't get the death penalty.
Or are you saying he had a felony?
He didn't get the
And he
he
broke
didn't
a
get the death
taillight.
penalty. He got shot in the street in the
He didn't? I'm
confusion.
pretty sure he's dead.
He is dead, but not by death penalty.
ICE chose death for him.
Right. One
Yeah.
or two officers
ICE
chose
doesn't
death
get to
for him
choose
because
death
they shot him.
for anyone.
But you're casting it in. Listen
That's
to
not
the
ICE's fault.
listen to the propaganda terms you're using. You're
What?
saying execution, death penalty, when that's not actually what happened. He was shot in a confused and violent situation that he started.
He didn't push that lady down and tried to help her up.
He tried
He
to help
tried
her
to
up.
help
He
her
tried
up.
to help her up and got in between
But
ICE.
his situation by pushing her down. Was it him?
No, he didn't have to get involved.
It was ICE, right?
Right.
ICE pushed her down.
Uh-huh.
Alex tried to help her.
And
then they
what
peppered
business did he
him.
have trying to help her?
Did you watch the video, sir?
No. What business did he have trying to help
You
her?
haven't watched the video yet?
Nope, not interested.
You're not interested in watching a video that you're lying about right now.
What lie have I said?
Pretty much you're claiming that Alex Pretti is the agitator.
Yes, he was an agitator. That is confirmed.
Why? How do you know? You didn't see the video.
Did you see the video
You
of him
told me that.
Did you see the video of him allegedly trying to spit on and kick out their tail light on another day?
So the only video. Wait, hold on. And you arguing about Alex Pretti throughout how long you've done it today?
Yeah.
You still haven't seen the execution.
No, I saw where he got shot.
That's what you're telling me.
No, I didn't see.
No,
No,
you told me you haven't seen it.
No, I saw that part. I didn't see the part where he got involved, where he first got involved and tried to help a
You
woman
didn't see the
that he
part
had
where
no
first
business
got
helping.
involved in helping a lady up?
Right. What business did he have doing that?
Why didn't you see that? That's on every video.
Answer my
Are you
question
just
first.
ignoring the video?
Yeah. Answer my question first.
Why are you ignoring the video?
Answer my question
I can't
first.
talk to someone that doesn't actually watch what happened and comment on it honestly.
I am commenting honestly.
You're telling me you haven't watched it. Correct?
Why do I have to watch it?
Well, you have very strong opinions on why he was executed.
No, I only have my interpretation of what I think that I saw and what it was reported.
What do you mean you think you saw?
I think
You
I
didn't see
saw.
anything 'cause you
I
told
think
me you
I
didn't
saw
watch
the guy.
video.
I think I saw the guy fighting with the
You
cops.
didn't watch the video.
Yeah, I did. I watched
You
part
just
of it.
told me
I didn't
that.
watch the part where he got involved the first moments
Why not?
because I'm not that interested.
Have you been ignoring that?
I know that it's his fault.
What?
How come you're not answering any of my questions?
What's your first question?
Why are you calling it an execution and a death penalty when that's not what went down?
You haven't seen the video, so you don't know what it was.
But
So
what does that have
right
to?
now,
What does that have to do with you calling it an
Hey.
execution when it was a shooting?
It has a lot to do with it because you're not informed. It's simple.
But you're the one.
not
You're the one
informed.
making a false claim that it was an execution and a death penalty.
If it's a false claim, then why don't you go watch the video and tell me how false it is after you watch the video?
Because I already know that it's not true. That the ICE, you're making an assumption about the ICE's intent to give him the death penalty.
I'm not making an assumption it was an execution.
Yeah, you are.
How do you know? You haven't seen it.
I don't have to see that
His
part.
gun was taken away from him before they executed him.
Right.
His gun was taken away before they executed him. He did not cause them a threat.
They didn't
Second
execute him.
Amendment's legal all throughout Minneapolis.
They didn't execute him.
Choose whatever word you want.
Right.
You're going to play that game.
No, you're the one
that
playing.
game
You're
doesn't work.
the one playing the communist propaganda game of calling it an execution.
I'm a communist propaganda.
No, you fell
how?
for it. Because
for
you're
what?
because you're using the same liberal words that Michael Tracy, whom I really respect, used to call it an
I don't
execution.
listen to any of that, okay?
No. I didn't say that you did. But you're
I'm
being
using the
silly.
same words as him. You're putting those words in my mouth like I'm talking like him. That's propaganda. Try again.
I don't have to try again. You're using propaganda words like execution
Try
and
again.
killed in the street, and it's silliness. It's not really. It's
He
not
wasn't
really an
killed in his
honest.
house.
It's not really a
Was he
charitable.
killed in his house?
Do you believe in innocent
Was
unless
he killed in
proven?
a football game? No, he was killed in the street.
Do you believe in innocent unless proven guilty?
MAGA doesn't when it comes to this dude.
How about you?
Who's innocent?
Do you believe in innocent unless proven guilty?
Who are you saying is innocent?
I'm asking you
Innocent
if you
until
believe in.
proven guilty?
I believe
Innocent
those
until
cops.
proven guilty is, yeah, that's an American. Yeah, we all see that, but like, we all know that OJ, there was a lot of evidence left out.
So you do believe in innocent
And,
unless proven guilty.
OJ killed. Yeah, OJ killed his wife too.
And so those cops, why do you presume them to have been purposefully executing the guy when they might have just thought that he was a
Those
threat?
weren't cops. That was ICE, and those guys are part of the Proud Boys. And that's
Lord.
why they wear covered masks now.
Why do you believe that they didn't believe that he was a threat? They just executed him. You seem to assume that they knew he was not a threat, but they killed him anyway.
Are you a threat without a gun and 6 people around you?
Are you assuming that
Punching
they
you?
thought that he was not a threat?
Are you a threat when there's 6 people around you punching you when you're on the ground?
Are you assuming that the cops thought that he was not a threat, but just killed him anyway?
Why will you not answer my question?
Because you're not answering my question. Are you
So you're gonna
assuming,
stonewall?
ASSUME, that those cops knew that he was
No,
threat and just killed him anyway?
brother. Hold on. Let's see this again. ASSUMING. Assuming.
Okay.
ASSUME is assume.
You must be white.
So before we're going to assume anything, let's assume that I'm quite a bit smarter than you when it comes to all this. And let's talk about Iran now.
Okay.
Because
yes. Go ahead.
You've done your due diligence with your talking points on Minneapolis. So let's go to Iran now.
All
and
right.
Let's get how you're going to tell me we should attack them.
Why are you assuming? Why are you ASSING, ASSUME, that I'm for
Child.
attacking Iran?
Child, talk better. Talk like you're actually.
How'd you find
talking to a
the Hake report, Brian?
I'm sorry?
How'd you find the Hake report? Are you there?
Wait, what does that have to do with Iran?
Because you have a lot of assumptions about me. And I'm wondering how you found the Hake
No,
report.
I have a bunch of assumptions about anyone that trails the MAGA traits around. Like, it's just MAGA, dude. You're just MAGA.
You're not for making America
You
great
think
again?
I think I stumbled upon something so amazing that I needed to come here and disrupt it.
Are you in your
No,
50s,
brother.
60s, 40s, 30s, 20s, teens, 70s?
What
What
is
are
it?
you?
Does that matter?
I'm just curious.
Well, why don't we talk about Iran and how I talked about Iraq and how they're the same thing, and then you kind of like put two and two together, because I would have been very cognizant of something like Iraq back in 2003.
So you're old enough to know about Iraq. You're telling me. You're indicating.
I'm smart enough to know that Iran
Iran
just
and Iraq are two very different countries, I heard.
they're right next to each other, dude.
That doesn't mean they're the
Do you
same
even
thing.
know what you're talking about?
That doesn't mean that they're the
They
same
literally
thing.
are next to each other. Guess who's next to that?
Iran and
Afghanistan.
Iraq. IRA,
Iran, Iraq, Afghanistan. They're all next to each other.
Yeah.
And guess who wanted us to take them over? Uh-oh.
The Jews.
Here's the APAC part.
Lord. No,
So,
don't worry. Trump is
Tell me
trustworthy on the Iran situation.
Tell me your 10-year goal on Iran, sir.
I don't have a goal for Iran.
No, tell me your 5-year goal on Iran.
I don't have a goal on Iran. I don't think about
The
Iran.
administration does.
That's their job.
Their job is to make Iran great again.
MEGA, make Iran great again. Beautiful.
Right. That's what he ran on, right?
Yep. Did you vote for Trump? Don't worry, you can trust Trump. He's not a warmonger.
Yeah, I did.
He's not a warmonger like W.
I voted for Trump.
He's better than W. Would you agree?
I'm sorry?
Yeah?
Well, I couldn't hear you.
Trump is no W, and Iran is no Iraq.
All right, I'm going to tell all your listeners about the project for the New American Century.
You have 30 seconds because you sound tired, and I'm tired, and we got other calls to get to.
No. I don't want to sound tired. I'll be forceful about it. The project for New American Century. You ready?
Hurry up.
We need a new Pearl Harbor in order to enact change in the Middle East. That's the project for New American Century. Came out in 1999. 2 years later, we were able, from this thing called 9/11, to go to Iraq. 2 years later. Less than 2 years. It was like a year and a half. And from there, we decided it's nice to own Iraq's oil.
I wish.
And the project for New American Century said we were going to own 7 countries. And that was, guess who 2 of them were? Iraq and Iran. One of the other ones is Afghanistan. So, we have done our part to get through the new project for New American Century. Now we have the Project 2025, which is for the next 20 years.
Project 2025 has to do with making the administration work with Trump rather than against Trump, right? Supposedly.
No, it doesn't. It's the Heritage Foundation. Sir.
Right. The Heritage Foundation is a little bit more pro-Trump than the current deep state. So they want to replace the liberal deep state with a more conservative deep state. Am I right, roughly? I'm missing something?
The Heritage Foundation has been working for over 50 years to take over radio, a la Rush Limbaugh, to take over news, a la Fox, to then take over other news outlets, Larry Ellison, Elon Musk, and these people are all fascists.
Oh, man. The world.
The billionaires are the fascists.
Is fascism bad?
And you can't tax the fascists. You can't tax fascist billionaires. That is the number one problem with our country, sir. If we taxed our fascist billionaires, we would have enough money for universal health care. And we're the only country out of 33 industrialized nations that does not have universal health care. Everyone else.
Do we want to be like everybody else? Are those other countries? Are those other countries not going down?
Canada doesn't want to be like us. Greenland doesn't want to be like us.
Is Canada doing well?
Universal health care. Those kids get paid to go to college,
and they're dumber for it.
To go to college,
and they're dumber for it. Are the kids getting smarter or dumber?
Going to college?
Yes.
The kids in Denmark, in Greenland?
I don't know about Denmark. Denmark is not necessarily too pretty, though.
Denmark is Greenland, dude.
Denmark. I don't know about.
Are you kidding me?
What are you talking about?
Are you kidding me? You don't know that Greenland is owned by Denmark?
I know that, but what's that have to do with? What's that have to do with the kids getting dumber? Denmark, Prime Minister. Let's see if they elected a woman. Mette Frederiksen. I don't think Denmark is wise. They have a woman for their prime minister. Yeah, I would say the educated Danes, and I'm Danish too.
So you're just a troll then?
What?
Are you just trolling me then?
Trolling how? You want to be like Canada and Denmark? Ridiculous.
Yeah, I want free health care. You don't?
No. That's not how that works. Ain't nothing
you want to
free.
Pay for your health care.
Nothing is free. You're going to pay for it some way or another.
Our taxes are already paying for over $1 billion of defense. Okay.
Okay.
We can do okay.
Maybe we can get rid of the social spending.
I think it's $980 billion.
I got to run, man.
We've for defense.
I'm tired, and we've talked a lot. We've been talking for over 30 minutes. The lines are full.
What are you?
Call me another day.
At the end of the day,
huh?
You've lied about all of it.
I haven't said one lie that I'm aware of. Name a lie. Name a lie.
You're going to bed. What?
Name a lie, if you will, if you can. I understand if you draw a blank. But let
me talk.
Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry, I'm not trying to be aggressive. We are the only industrialized nation. There's 33 of them. We're the only ones that don't give universal health care.
Good.
Why?
Because we shouldn't pay. We shouldn't pay for other people. They're not prospering. Italy? Are they doing better than us?
Do you know about Italy?
I gotta run, man.
Italy has They have a. Oh, what? You don't want to hear me?
I like hearing you. It's just that you're not my 2-hour guest.
Every August, they have an entire month. Every single worker has an entire month of freedom.
Isn't that
sweet?
They
do not work in August.
I would love to have freedom all year round, but alas, we don't have a free country. We have a communist country, or fascist if you prefer. You can call it fascist. I won't begrudge you using that term. But Brian,
you did before.
What? I begrudged you? Yeah, because I didn't understand why you're going from fascism when you're complaining about fascism, but you also don't like the Jews, and I don't know where you're coming from. You hate MAGA.
The hell
you don't want to make America,
I don't like the Jews.
America great again.
You're just making shit up right now.
No, you said AIPAC.
I don't like the Jews?
Right.
What are you talking about?
Because the Jews are AIPAC, and AIPAC are for taking over Iran or something like that. And they're controlling Elon Musk through the Heritage Foundation or something. Very confusing. But thank you, sir.
Those aren't Jews, brother.
Oh, okay, my
Those
bad.
aren't Jews.
Right on.
No, what they
Is
are
Mette
they're
Fredrickson
Zionists.
Jewish?
You know what Zionism is?
Yeah, I heard about it.
Like, just briefly, or like? No, I'm being serious. I'm not trying to like fuck you up or like be a dick. I'm just trying
Don't
to talk to
cuss,
you, bro.
Brian. Your kids are listening to the show.
My fucking kids aren't even here.
I gotta
right
go,
now.
Brian. Take care.
All right.
All right. Bye. Call me again, maybe, if you want. Take care.
Why are you leaving me? It was a fun time.
Yeah. Don't worry, man.
I touched your balls.
I gotta go. I wonder if he's drunk. I guess I'm the sucker. David in Texas, Tejas. How you doing, David?
Good, man. How are you?
Fine, thank you.
My goodness. Whew. That guy had me heated.
My bag,
Oh,
my bag.
God.
I shouldn't
Oh,
have
it's
talked
not-
with him so long. I didn't know. I didn't realize that he wasn't like a. He was just silly.
Well, it's funny. He started out with like, so what should I call you? My dad's name's James. I'll call you James to, to keep it familiar, And then I'm like, oh, dude. All right, let me ask you a question. Who did not get shot in Minneapolis?
All the people who didn't go at ICE.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. You and I, for sure, we didn't get shot.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people that didn't. I don't understand the protesting that that these people are claiming that's being done. This isn't protesting. They're just absolutely interfering with federal activity.
Yeah.
And
very true.
I've never been, I venture to say that I'll never be put into a situation where I'm getting in the way of what some federal officers are doing. I won't say it's never going to happen, but I can almost say that that's never going to happen to me.
It was unwise and foolhardy and angry and perhaps even terrorist what these people are doing. And they have, and the police are so soft, their hands tied behind their backs. And, I was thinking yesterday about how in the 1970s, I heard that the so-called Supreme Court made this ruling that cops are not allowed to shoot a fleeing suspect. And therefore, we have more and more suspects fleeing without any fear. The cops have to lie now and say, I have a dog and I'm going to release this dog and this dog is going to bite you. And only then and only then will a black stop and get on the ground and say, don't release the dog. I don't want to get bit. I watched this on a TV show yesterday. And that's only because the cops are not allowed to shoot a fleeing suspect. If they were allowed, stop or I'll shoot. If they were allowed to do that, then the streets might be a little safer. Granted, I'm not for just shooting people in the back, but I'm not for people running from cops without. I'm not for enabling criminals and tying the hands of police to deal with the criminals. Now, I get that there's a concern that they're going to start calling us criminals, and that already has happened, so I get your concern about the police. I don't want to be completely naive, but I want to be... but there's this naivety about the criminals and about Alex Pretti that's ridiculous. So.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that guy, I think I heard also, and I can't quote where I heard it from, but I also heard that like 2 weeks ago he had a run-in with ICE.
Yeah.
Something
so
like
I
that.
mean, Anchor Baby keeps on reading
Two
this report
2
that
weeks
that
ago
guy.
he has a run-in with them, and
Anchor Baby keeps reading this report on his show that guy broke his ribs in a tussle with police at one point.
oh, really?
And I don't know the truth of that statement. Anchor Baby, I do trust to do his due diligence. I haven't looked it up myself. I'm not that interested. But we saw footage that came out yesterday of him allegedly appearing to spit at the police or ICE, and even kick and break out. CNN didn't show where he broke out the taillight of one of the police vehicles. CNN Anchor Baby got that he broke his ribs in a fight with ICE or police or whatever from CNN. So catch American Anchor Baby if you want the facts. You've said it yesterday, I believe, and the day before, or maybe the day before that, or one of those.
Maybe that's where I heard it from too.
Yeah. So
Maybe
he was
that's where
not
I heard
a.
it from, too.
He's
not a.
He was
He's
cruising
not a
for a
model
bruising.
citizen.
It reminds me of.
Yeah.
Remember that guy who one of the PDFs, and I use the term very loosely. One of the Jewish guys who got in a fight with Kyle, Jack Bauer, John Wick Rittenhouse in the Black Lives Matter riot in Kenosha, Wisconsin. That guy's all, shoot me N-word, shoot me beep, guh.
Yeah.
And then he
Nicaragua.
Yeah, and he went and grabbed for Kyle's gun, according to the report, and Kyle had to shoot him in self-defense. And that sounds like a very similar situation to Alex Pretti. And it was, I don't believe it was an execution. I don't believe the cops, in all of that confusion and fighting, knew that he had been disarmed. I think they shot him blindly, thinking that he may be a threat because they heard gun. And sometimes in your panic, you may hear somebody say gun, and you may just shoot the person whom you believe to be a threat. Right. And it was maybe bad policing, whatever. I don't know. We'll find out.
Right.
Yeah.
No, an execution would be they just pick somebody up off the street,
make him kneel down,
and just shot them.
Yeah.
Just some willy-nilly person that's on the side of the street, and
like what ISIS was doing.
They're clearing the street, and then they just start picking people off. I mean, that's an execution.
Right.
This guy's is actively involved in impeding the progress of what's going on.
Yeah.
And you're right. I mean, so what? I mean, the lady got pushed down. Well, why is that? Why did she get pushed?
Right. Good
question.
Because
she's in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Yeah.
He's not her caretaker.
Oh, these white knights.
And even if he was her caretaker, he better mind his manners.
Yeah.
When dealing with these guys, man, these guys are already on edge. They got whistles being blown at them by a bunch of idiots.
Yeah, people.
I mean, these
they don't
people
want to
are
let them sleep.
dumber than a bag of hammers.
Yeah, they're trying to.
I mean, I don't want to see anybody get killed, but
they do.
Huh?
The liberals want people to get
of course
killed.
they do. Oh, man, they've been itching for people to get shot and killed
Yep.
this whole time.
Licking
That's
their
all
lips.
they want.
Licking their chops.
Because they think that when these shootings happen, that it's going to stop what we're doing, and it's not. It shouldn't. It should not stop.
Yep. Totally, man. I like the restraint shown by our greatest president and maturity by him and Tom Homan as well, I think. It sounded like these younger people, Gregory Bovino and that woman Christy Noam, may have spoken out of turn and said perhaps even false information, and that was
like what?
Like he was waving a gun, brandishing a gun at them, or something like that, or whatever. Or it was going to be a massacre. He was going to massacre the police. I don't know that Alex Pretti would have done that. And that's what I thought that I heard one or both of them claim, and that may be why Trump was not happy with them, and they've been reassigned. And those are that's a justified reason to reassign somebody who speaks irresponsibly about the situation and untruthfully about the situation, or makes an assumption.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so aggravating, man, and Ashli, for years I have kind of held her, I wouldn't say as a martyr, but I kind of held her in a different regard than I do today. And
Ashli Babbitt,
it's surprising to me, really, that more people didn't get shot that day. Those people didn't have any business. I stand on this. Those people didn't have any business going into the Capitol the way that they did. None of them did. Touring around, I don't care. You breached your way in there. I don't care if there were FBI plants and CIA plants galore encouraging you to do it. Those people made those decisions to go in there. Do I think that they should have been in prison for years? No.
Right.
But man, that's ridiculous. That was a ridiculous display by a bunch of people that, it was not an insurrection. If it was, it was the poorest attempt at one I've ever seen.
I know.
But, that was no insurrection. That's just what the left wants to call it so that they can keep, January 6th this, January 6th that. Who cares?
Yeah, it was foolishness.
But Ashli Babbitt, she had no business being there, and I hate that she got killed.
Yeah.
But to me, it's the same thing as this lady. What was her name? The lady with the Y.
Renee Good.
Good. Yeah.
Yeah. Renee Good.
I mean,
was even more justified than Ashli Babbitt. More obviously justified because
for sure,
because the cop actually got hit.
Yeah.
Seemingly. Yep.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a shame. I think that I wish there was some way that we could that ICE could include our own homegrown convicts and criminals in this sweep. We got a bunch of no good freaking. A bunch of no good. Do what?
Pick up them too. Pick up our criminals too.
Yes, and give them one-way tickets to whatever country they don't want to go to. Say, hey, where do you want to go, and then send them somewhere else.
Yeah, where do you not want to go?
Yeah, right.
That's funny.
Exactly. Yeah, but that dude, man, he had me. I mean, you did good. You did good, but man, that dude had me freaking. He had me heated, man.
Yeah. I appreciate it, David in Texas. Appreciate you, man. Take care.
Yeah, appreciate you too, buddy.
All right.
Yeah, you too.
Bye. Oh, you got me with the click. How slow am I? Very slow. I got to get to your super chats, y'all. Greggatron bought our coffee. Thank you for letting me call in to your little program yesterday. Hopefully I made some sense, says Greggatron. And he had a great call yesterday talking about if I disrupt your place of work and I'm armed, what do you think is going to happen? Unannounced, by the way. Thank you for the kind words to Walking Roscoe, William III, Sion, etc., says Greggatron. It is buymeacoffee.com/The Hake Report, etc. And shout out to the rest of all the good people. Yesterday's show was deep. We need more real talk like that. I see you made Tupac yesterday's theme. Indeed, I did. If you check out yesterday's show here on Hake, now you know how we feel, said Ryan from Illinois. And we were talking about interracial attraction and rap culture and the pushers thereof. And does Trump have no stomach to stay strong? Some people argue he doesn't. And we had a tender-hearted discussion about Alex Pretti and the police yesterday, Wednesday, the 28th, right before Punchie TV and right after the Jesse Lee Peterson show yesterday. Very cool. Thank you there, Greggatron. Very cool. Cesar or Cesar, sup, Hake, random coffee, but the times you made me laugh the most is when you made a mistake on screen. You quickly but awkwardly said, oh no, with a weird voice, LM blank O. Also, when you sounded like Yoda, laughing face with tears coming out, when I'm mocking how Trump had classified documents. But I'm not trying to imitate Yoda, but that's how I sounded. I was trying to use like the lowercase, uppercase, mocking R-word, retard Ray, voice, retard type. Shout out. And lastly, when you did the flat earth version of Darth Vader and Luke Skywalker parody. Oh, Luke, I am your father. No! Flat earthers, it's a ball. It's a spinning ball. No, that's impossible. I'm spitting, sorry. Be safe, everybody, says Cesar or Cesar, with a celebration in cool sunglasses, tan hands. Terry bought a coffee. Thank you, Terry. Hi, Hake. Tell Ryan that police kill more white people than any other race in the USA, so he can stop gloating about a couple of times law enforcement gunned down white people that have conveniently made the news. Non-racial thumbs up. Thank you, Terry. She is non-racial. Although she is 70-something% racist per something, but she is former communist, so she's one of the good ones. Popcorn bought a coffee. There were a few people in the chat who were responding to the coffee I sent you yesterday. Wow, you watched the chat, Popcorn? That's the snake pit. Do not be swayed by the snake pit. They are snakes. I wonder if I should use the snake puppet for Popcorn. It's not nice. But then again, we're not here to be nice. Or are we? About authoritarianism in the police state. Well, I would think that the snake pit would kind of agree with you, because the snake pit is maybe more anti-police, and I'm more pro-police. I'm more, let them shoot the fleeing criminals in the back, because they're a danger to the community. Maybe not immediate, but possibly, better safe than sorry. I don't know. I like criminals too, though. In their rightful place, whether it's in society or in prison or whatever. They said I was mischaracterizing what you said about police and civilian interactions about how police and civilian interactions would look in Hake's world. Oh, really? Wow. Snake pit on Hake's side. Just for clarity and to be sure I'm not putting words in your mouth, did you say the following, or am I wrong? 1, no body cams for police/law enforcement officers. Yes, I did say that. Yes, I did say that. It's just wishful thinking. It's a lost cause, but yes. 2, civilians wouldn't be recording and posting police interactions. They should be recording one another. If they were really about that life, if they were real brave, they would be recording and snitching. The criminals, the gang members, and all that. 3, the police and Antifa. Antifa gets all mad. So I'm for civilians not recording police. 3, the police report would be the official report of what actually happened. No, that is you putting words in my mouth. That is you putting words in my mouth, because there's witness statements. If there happen to be witnesses, smart cops would make sure that there are no witnesses. I'm kidding around. But no, I didn't say police report would be the official report. But anyway. Number 4, flood the streets with even more police and agents. Yes. If all 4 of those are what you'd be in favor of, but would I be for the police report being the official report? No, because police could lie too. Police are, especially nowadays, there's police who are like Hispanic and black, and even some of the whites are liars. In fact, all men are liars. Let God be true and every man a liar. So, yeah. Anyway, how does that type of dynamic differ from authoritarianism in police state societies? It may or may not, Popcorn. You said these things would create a society in which people wouldn't, quote unquote, try anything because they know police would get away with more corruption. That's not what I meant, nor what I said. I said because the criminals wouldn't be able to get away with crime, such as assaulting police, running from police, and stealing and things like that. You'd really be okay with that? Not particularly, Popcorn, but I did point out that the more crime is allowed to go out of control, the more it goes out of control, and the more excuse you give for the police to become more militarized and violating of rights. The more immoral you are, the more you surrender all of your rights and freedom. You know, if you're less immoral, as the adage says, a fool and his money are soon parted, because you squander your money like the prodigal son. Whereas the wise Persian who came to America and recounted his story of never even going out to a restaurant until he paid off his house, he and his wife, in America. That is a wise way to be. Similarly, with morality and crime is morality with your own money. Poverty is often a sign of one's own immorality and out of controlness and criminality. Would you be okay with the dynamic wherein the other side is in power? If not, then you're not truly in favor of that system. Well, I will have you know, Popcorn, that the other side is pro-criminal and they're anti-law-abiding people or anti-American people. And that's why they went after Dinesh D'Souza, January 6ers, because when those guys slip up and do little crimes, then they nitpick and pick and choose when to go after people. And Trump, too. Went after Trump with stuff that weren't even crimes, just made up fake crimes. Crazy. Popcorn's a mess. Greggatron, Cesar, Popcorn. A tip from someone. Hake, please check this out. This is pure evil yet genius and hilarious. Laughing face emoji sideways and right side up. And I think that it has a... Is that a farmer girl, a black farmer girl with a carrot? I'm thinking that this someone might be someone who has called in before this past week or so. Okay, so let me unmute this.
I hate my gums because they black. I hate Whoopi Goldberg's lips. I hate the back of Forrest Whitaker's neck. Ah!
Hopefully this is not cussing.
And most of all, I hate that black-ass Wesley
Whoa, sorry, kids. Wesley
Snipes.
Wesley Snipes. Is it gonna cuss? And then it did the TikTok thing. I shall say... I shall click here and say, someone sent me here. Oops. Control, enter. And that's from breakdown to breakthrow. THRO. Breakdown to, number 2. Oh, breakthrough, Coach T. Bernie Mac in Don't Be a Menace. Funniest scene. Hashtag funny, hashtag comedy, hashtag sports. Nice. Thank you. This is pure evil yet genius and hilarious. Is that Karen? Doxed. Sorry, Karen. Seabill, 3 coffees. Brian needs to drop his anger and emotion so he can see clearly because he sounds like a liberal woman. Go forgive your mama. Ha ha. And which Brian are you referring to? Because I had 2 Brians call in. Did you notice that? There were 2 Brians. Bernie. Okay. Police, state, right or left? All right. Okay. Bernie Mac. Did he die? Yeah, both of those Brians. Thinking the white one was worse. Like a liberal woman. but I enjoyed talking with him. Thank you all. Oh, yeah, Terri. Thank you kindly, Terri. All right, and over here on YouTube, Walking Roscoe gifted some supers. Okay, Brian, forgive Mama. Supers, Walking Roscoe with the salute emoji, and Cesar, Ladito, Cesar. Too early for penguin lessons, crying river, crying streams. Thank you, Cesar. Indeed, indeed. I feel like I owe William Seven an apology. He's like, oh, you're not paying attention. I gotta go, man. But I feel like he sort of beats around the bush, and then I lose track, and then I'm trying to do something, multitask, and multitasking is a woman's thing. And so just call Hake a woman sometimes is terrible. But he's not direct and straight up with his statements, you know? But that's not an excuse, or it's a bad excuse. Bad form. Okay. Bibby 42. Okay, yeah. Bibby 42. Okay, so sorry. W7. Okay, more supers. Bibby, spend a day getting harassed, targeted, and attacked as a lawman. Law guy. You can't the lawman. Law guy. And get back to us, Brian, in St. Louis. Sitting back in the safety of your home with hindsight is weak. Indeed. He would not answer the question whether he thought that those cops knew he had been disarmed by the other cop. Or ICE agent, whatever. ICE agent, cop, both law enforcement, right? Disarming one weapon and him reaching for his holster does not mean he could not have had another weapon/gun. High alert at this point. Justified, proclaims Bibby. And R. Galuna says, keep it up with a... That's my Obama exercise. He has my Obama exercise. Hake does little Obama exercises, a little 30-minute, if that, with 5 or 3 pound dumbbell weights, high stepping. Keep it up. Aerobics. I remember when aerobics were big in the 80s or so. Aerobics. But, hey, thank you, R. Galunas, making fun of my little workout with my pear-shaped body and headband. Good job, says Tebriga. With 5 of those pounds, the L thing. Good job. And a Japanese foxy dog sticker. Thank you, guys. Very kind. Alas, the lines are full. And I would like to encourage y'all, you guys, you everyone. He still does aerobics. to do to go catch anchor babies in 15 minutes, right? Or plus or minus. All right, American anchor baby. Okay. Hake, a multitasker, also known as woman. Not good. My apologies there, W7. Let's have another conversation another day if we live to see it. If it be the Lord's will, sir. Do not be dismayed at my inattentiveness. Just imagine how my children will feel. Hake. My children are going to call me Hake, right? Hake. What? I cut myself. Right on. What's that? You're not paying attention to me. My bag. Number 1 fan says Tabriga with another super chat. Thank you, guys. Okay. So we got to get back to the calls here. Alan in Michigan. Alan, thanks for calling and holding, sir. How you doing? Alan, are you there? Can you hear me? Oh, is that you? Anyway, that might have been me. Did I open Wirecast errantly? Never mind. Okay. Cancel. Cancel. Leave. Alan, did I mute him? Alan, I'm not hearing you. You might be on mute, sir. Let me put you back on hold. Alan in Michigan. I got to get to Mark in Los Angeles, California. Mark, thank you for calling and holding, sir. Go ahead. Oh, maybe my audio went out. Yeah. I think that must be. Here, do I need to quit Wirecast? Is Wirecast open? Let me quit and reopen. No, it might not be Stack itself, but it might be my Yeah, I don't is there something that would have messed up the phone's lines? Let me put Mark, I cannot hear you. There's something going on. Oh, I thought I heard let me try Ardeen. See if Ardeen can hear me. Ardeen, are you there? Ardeen. There might be something going on with our phone system, y'all. I'm going to put you guys... See here? I put on hold and I hear a click. Oh, maybe you did something that made a click. Hold. Okay. Would you make sure that Derek is... that he can check on them? Okay. I don't think it's on their end, FYI. It's an issue on my end. That is distressing. But we shall get it ironed out before American Anchor Baby. Fret not, y'all. Alan in Michigan, William III in California, Anthony in SoCal, Ardina in Colorado, Mark in Los Angeles. You guys are priority callers for tomorrow. If there is a tomorrow Hake report, and assuming the phones are working, which they should. So I don't know if I'll be able to get to you guys today because there seems to be an issue. Reset of Skype of a Stack. Okay, sure. Yeah, muting Stack. We'll reset just to make sure that stuff is going well. We're gonna hang up on y'all and call back in a couple minutes. All right. And my regrets. Not that I'm too sad about it. In the meantime, everybody, don't do Ardeen, please. This has already been a goofy show, says Ivana. Ivana, not a fan of beautiful Ardeen. Callers, audio not working on Hake's end. Terrible. Let me just double check and give some shout outs to the chat, all right, in the last 5 to 6 minutes here. LARPing. No, I don't. Don't say that. Hello to... Yeah, something happened to Stack, so don't worry about it, y'all. It'll get fixed up, I think. What is up, Brandon? I guess. Slave to him, my dad, Leon, Jules. Thank you guys for joining here. I want to make sure that I go through the proper channels and say hello to you guys. Thank you to Misty, Aries, Chirpalert 5000. Shout out to you guys. Once again, make sure you do catch American Anchor Baby. Popcorn gave a super chat that I would like to read here. Because I don't like the super chats to be held over, despite what I oftentimes do. You said that the other side is anti-American, so that's why they went after the January 6ers? Yes. Yes. Yeah, says Popcorn, because destroying property and attacking police officers wouldn't ordinarily be a crime worthy of punishment, only in an anti-American society. You can't be serious, says Popcorn. But Popcorn, the people who destroyed property and the people who attacked officers were not the only ones gone after in the January 6th thing. January 6th, there were people who just walked in, and although David, I believe, in Texas may be correct that that they had no business going in there, all they did was walk in and walk out. Some people stole stuff, and they should be prosecuted. The people who moshed and fought with the police should be prosecuted. But it was politically motivated anti-Trump vendetta on the part of the police state that you are defending, really. The liberal, anti-American police state. Because they tried to accuse Trump of inciting an insurrection. And that's not what it was. It was a riot. It was a mostly peaceful protest. Part of it was a ridiculous riot. And the ridiculous riot, I'm not for, of course. They were foolish. They were, as JLP said, the very next day, they fell into a trap because of their passion and anger. And it was silly. Everblazer says, with another super chat, one thing you should never, ever, ever, never, ever, but absolutely ever, never, I may have misread that a little bit, do is take Hake way too serious, bro. Brian in St. Louis. Indeed. Laughing face with tears coming out. Yeah, totally. I don't want to begrudge somebody the use of an exaggeration by calling it an execution in the street. You know, because I like Michael Tracy, and he called it an execution. Michael Tracy, the liberal journalist. And I like liberals, especially American liberals like Michael Tracy. He's kind of he's an atheist, but he's sort of a Christian atheist. He's not like and I like Jewish atheists, but he's not a Jewish atheist. He's like an American atheist, but not to be confused with the American atheists, because they're not Christian atheists. Anyway, Everblazer, yeah, that's right, man. This is ridiculous seriousness. Alas, let me get to Mark in Los Angeles. Mark in Los Angeles, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Hey.
Yeah, I'm here.
Sweet.
I just want to congratulate you. Today was the worst show in your history. If I was your boss, I'd fire you.
Really? Why?
Because you gave that moron, Brian, and I'm not talking about the low IQ Negro that you had on before him.
Right.
I'm talking about Brian number 2, a waste of a call.
Understandable.
40 minutes your show, you can do what you want. I'm just giving you constructive criticism.
You may be right. I felt like a bit of a sucker after
you were a
afterwards.
Sucker. Oh no, yeah, you were definitely a sucker.
Yeah.
And before I continue, before I forget, I wanted to give a shout out to Alan in Michigan. He's another one of your better callers.
Yeah.
I appreciate his call. If you gave Alan that much time, no problem.
Right.
But to get a brain dead liberal that much time is actually a sin. No, if I was your boss, you'd be getting some days off. I wanted to let you and the audience know, if they don't already know, that Pretti, this clown in Minneapolis, was one of the tribe. He was one of the chosen people. Okay.
I don't know that that's the case, but you may be right.
I'll put money on it.
He looked like it, but he might have been Italian. We already talked about that. I got to run, man.
I love you. Bye, Hake.
Take care. Appreciate your constructive criticism, sir.
You got it. Bye-bye.
Right, bye. And unfortunately, Rick in Hampton, VA, and the rest of y'all's calls, I cannot get to you guys. Catch American Anchor, baby. Peace in the Middle East, or at least in your hearts. Bye.